And stand up as we open our Bibles in the book of Exodus. I will be preaching a message I preached 3 years ago, and I hope we will be reviewed about this. Exodus chapter 18. Exodus chapter number 18. Exodus chapter 18 verses 1 to 27. If you're there, say amen. When Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eliezer, for the God of my father said he was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh, and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. Moses was of the 2 son-in-law or in-laws that have been blessed by God because of loving their in-laws. Moses and Ruth. So sa mga asawa dito, love your in-laws. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who had delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God. And Aaron came and all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses, his father-in-law, before God. And it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood by Moses. Can you imagine 2 million people? And those who have problems would fall in line to Moses. And Moses would give them counseling. And the Bible tells us, and when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone? Bakit ikaw yung nandyan lang? Ang dami-dami niyan, from morning to evening, Moses was doing his work. Trying to believe that he was doing a great work. But his father-in-law gave a good counseling. Ang sabi ng kanyang biyenan, Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto evening? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, Because the people come unto me to inquire of God. Verse number 16, When they have a matter, they come unto me. And I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of God and his laws. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, The thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee. For this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Hearken now unto my voice, I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Are you with me? Verse 21. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, and rulers of hundreds, and rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. And let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto you or thee. But every small matter shall they judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt do this thing and God command thee so, kung ito nga inutos nga, kung gagawin mo ito at inutos mo ng Diyos, then thou shalt be able to endure. And all these people shall also go to their place in peace. I remember the book that I read, the title, How to Lead and Not Die. How to lead and not die. It is so tiring to lead. The pressure is up there, as what I heard. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people. Rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. And they judged the people at all seasons, and the hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. God bless the reading of His Word. Ganda mo ng istorya, naiintindihan niyo ba? English eh. Noong si Moses, kumiwalay, when Moses left Egypt for the Exodus, his father-in-law took his wife and his 2 kids. Ayokong makigulo dyan. Inilis niya yung mga... And you know what he said? Now I know. You see, Exodus 18. Exodus 18. Verse number 11. You see that? Verse number 11. Are you there? Yeah. Read what Jethro said. Now I know. So before he did not know it. But now I know the Lord is greater than all gods. So dati hindi niya pakialam. Okay, well, yung mga mahal natin sa buhay, hindi immediately pag Christian ka na, alam na nila na yung Diyos mo, Diyos. Your loved ones, it is not automatically that when you accepted Christ, they will all believe Christ. There will be a time of persecutions. There will be a time that they will not believe whom you have believed. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope we will be like Moses, that we will continue to stand for the Lord. Until the time that the people around us will notice that the God we serve is the true God. Are you with me? There was such a time, and it was after the events of Exodus. Napanood niyo ba yung 10 Commandments? It was not until the time of the 10 Commandments, or the plagues of Egypt, that Jethro believed on the God of Moses. Hindi ko basta naniwala si Jethro. Kinailangan si Moses humarap muna doon sa hari. Kinailangan si Moses muna makipaglaban doon sa mga Diyos-Diyosan ng Egypt. You do remember yung water turned into blood, yung hailstorm, yung mga panganay na matay. Moses needed to experience the plagues time, the time of the plagues of Egypt, just to prove that his God is God. Huwag kayong magmadali at huwag kayong tumakbo sa trials at mga hardships ng buhay. Kasi baka dyan makita ng mga taong nakapaligid sa atin ang kapangyarihan ng Diyos na pinaglilingkuran natin. Sometimes it is beyond words. They need to see the acts of God in our life to believe God. Amen. Look at the verse number 9. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel. You see, despite of the trials, despite of the plagues, despite of the problems that Moses experienced, despite of all those tragic events in his life, fighting for the cause of the Lord, it was the time that God showed His goodness to Jethro. Sa kabila ng mga kahirapan na naranasan noon, actually hindi naman mahirap kasi ang Panginoon ay pinadali. Mahirap doon sa part ng Egypt. Pero, mahirap yun eh. I mean, hindi madali na kalabanin mo yung hari ng pinakamakapangyarihang bansa sa mundo. Hindi madali na sabihin mo sa kanila, lahat na galipin yung palayain nyo, sabi ng Panginoon. It means life and death to Moses. Are you with me? And sometimes we're too afraid to be like Moses, to walk on the Exodus, and we just stay here and quit, and then nothing happens. The people around us cannot notice who our God is. It is beyond words. Ikituyo si Lord Jesus, ang tinanggap ko, love ako ni Jesus. Jesus loves me. And then you will post in Facebook that Jesus loves you and you love Jesus. Pero hindi kanya nakikitang nagtatapat. Hindi kanya nakikitang nagpapatuloy sa problema. Pag may problema, quit ka na. If there is a problem, you will quit. If there are trials, you will quit. How can people see the power of our God? And how can we even see the power of our God if we will not continue on our problems? Amen. You see, with that experience that Moses experienced, Jethro saw the goodness of his God. Alam niyo ba na sa mga problema ng buhay, makikita ng ibang tao kung gaano mabuti ang Diyos natin? Kaya huwag mo kayong matakot sa problema, huwag na naman kayo maghanap ng problema. Yung iba sa atin naghahanap ng problema, hindi naman ho yun. Pero ibig ko sabihin, ang problema dumarating, ang mga kahirapan dumarating, ang tagtuyot dumarating. Ipakita mo sa mahal mo sa buhay, ipakita mo sa mga kakilala mo na ikaw ay magpapatuloy sa problema para pag nagpala na ang Diyos, para pag nag-bless ng Panginoon, makita nila mabuti ang Diyos na pinaglilingkuran niya. Amen. Jethro saw the goodness of God. Jethro saw the power of God. Verse 11, tingnan niyo po. Verse 11. Now I know that the Lord is greater. You see that? Now I have proven that the Lord is greater than all gods. How to prove that your God is God? Stay. Stay in the midst of anything in life. Stay in the midst of the storm, stay in the midst of blessing, stay in the midst of ups, and stay in the midst of downs. Stay until such time that you will prove that the power of your God is great. Amen. Kasi doon nakita nung kasi sa Egypt, may mga Diyos-Diyosan yan. Yung mga plagues na binigay ng Diyos sa kanila, pinakita ng Diyos na ang tunay na Diyos siya. Kung si Moses nag-quit. Hello? Hello? Kung si Moses tumigil, yung mga tinatawag dito, kung tinawag ka ng Panginoon at iiwanan mo ang panawagan niya, kung tinawag ako ng Panginoon at iniwanan mo ang panawagan niya dahil nagutom lang ako, dahil wala lang akong pera, dahil nagka-problema lang ako, papaano ko tuloy mapapatunayan sa mga tao na makapangyarihan ng Diyos na aking pinaglilingkuran? How can we prove to the world that we have a powerful God if we will not remain faithful to Him? Amen. Paano, mga kapatid? So they saw the power of His God and the trials that they have overcome. Verse number 8. Verse number 8. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh, to the Egyptian, for Israel's sake. And look at that. You don't like it, but it is here. And all the travail. Alam niyo yung travail? Labor, hardships, pain that had come upon them by the way. Just trying to imagine, nung naglalakad sila sa Exodus, dagat na yan. Tapos eto na yung mga Egyptians, puro mga matatalim na sandata ang dala-dala with chariots. Ano ba dala-dala nila? Mga pagkain lang. Can you imagine the fear na pwedeng mabuo? Kaya itong mga Israelita reklamo ng reklamo, parang mga Baptist, dinala mo kami dito, gugutumin mo kami, dinala mo kami dito, ganito ang gagawin ng mga Egypt, buti na lang doon, buti na lang doon. Mga kapatid, and then the Red Sea opened, hindi naman habang naglalakad ka doon, parang magic lang, hindi, may papatay sa kanila sa likod Mali ba nila kung kailan pwede silang abutan? All the travail. Are you with me? All the life of the faithful, the life of faith is not always exciting. Sometimes it is an extreme journey of fear, pressure, Lahat na yan, takot mo na mawalan ka, takot mo na baka ma-reject ka, takot mo na baka walang mangyari sa inaharap. And with that, I mean, the Bible tells us, and all the travail that had come upon us. Lalong nabilib si Jethro. Kasi hindi kinaya ng trial si Moses. Are you with me, church? God's people, listen. Huwag ho tayong matakot. Magpatuloy tayo pag may mga problema. Magpatuloy tayo pag may mga trials. Magpatuloy tayo pag may pagkukulang. Para pagdating ng panahon, makita ng iba kung gaano kapangyarihan ng Diyos natin. Hello, are you with me? And the changes in our life. The Moses that Jethro left before the Exodus was a different Moses when he came. Moses has lived his life connected with his God. Iba yung Moses na nakilala niya, nagbago. Kasi kung yung ikaw na nakilala, yung David na nakilala ng mga tao nung hindi pa sa ligtas, ilang taon ka na ligtas? Ligtas ka ba? More than 10 years. Kung yung David na nakita nila 10 years ago, tsaka ngayon, yun pa rin. Mahirap tayo. Walang pagbabago. Kailangan makakita mo sila ng pagbabago sa atin. Hello? Kaya nung nakita ni Jethro, iba ka na. Uy, ikaw pa rin yan. Malakas ka pa rin magmura. Hello? Pasaway ka pa din. Paano sila maniniwala sa Diyos na pinaglilingkuran natin kung wala yung mga pagbabago na dapat nakikinsan? And listen to me, no matter how small we are, true Church of Jesus Christ will produce change in life. Ang tunay na iglesia ng Panginoon ay magpapakita ng pagbabago ng Diyos sa buhay ng mga mananampalatayang nakikinig sa kanyang salita. Yung mga dating nagmumura hindi na dapat, yung mga dating naglalasing hindi na dapat, yung mga tatay dapat lalong nagiging mabuti, yung mga mag-asawa lalong dapat nagkakasundo, yung mga hindi marunong magpatawad, natututo magpatawad, yung lagi mga natatakot, natatanggal na ang takot, at napupuno na ng pananampalataya sa mga pagbabago ng ating buhay. Mapapatunayan natin sa mundo na ang Diyos na pinaglilingkuran natin ay totoo. Yes, sir. At buhay. Nawa ang mga pagbabago na yan ang makita sa atin. And those were the things that Jethro saw in Moses' life. The goodness of the Lord, the power of the Lord, the trials that they have overcome, and the changes in Moses' life. Amen. And then he said, now I know that the Lord is greater. But that's not my preaching today. Wow. Kinuwento ko lang mo yung nangyari. Ito na ho tayo. Nakita kayo ni Jethro si Moses. The blessing, nagkaayos na sila. Nakipag-ayos na siya, maayos na sila. Kaya kung meron mo dito, na hindi kayo ayos sa biyanan nyo, magpapayos na kayo, para may blessing kayo, ha? Nakipag-ayos sila eh. Pagkatapos, naalala ko yung asawa ko bago kami mag-asawa, parang nakatatak na sa puso ko, kaaway kong biyanan ko. Hindi pala. Blessing pala ang mga biyanan natin. Kaya nung nalaman ko yun, sabi ko, blessing pala. Ano? So ito na ho, balik ko tayo. Nakita ni Jethro si Moses. Pagod na pagod simula, umaga hanggang hapon, nakaupo. Nakapila yung mga tao, may mga problema. Pati ata pambili, pag pinagawa yan, nag-away sa pagkain, nag-away sa kung saan. Lahat na siya nagsasabi. Sabi ni Jethro, hindi tama yan. Thou wilt surely wear away. Sa Tagalog, mamamatay ka. Hindi mo kakayanin yan. Maaga ka. Tataas ang presyon mo. Magkakaroon ka ng stress. Hindi dapat ganyan. 2 million ho yung tao. Are you with me? So Jethro said, you don't have to do it. You have to choose able men. Ladies and gentlemen, we are filled with leaders. This country needs a leader. Our church needs a leader. Leaders are important in society. But ladies and gentlemen, leaders need help. Are you with me? This ministry that we are having in sharing the gospel to the world is not a one-man game. This is not my work. Ito ang aking gawain. Hindi gawain to. Hello, are you with me? Gawain natin ito. Gawain ito ng Diyos. Ang ibig sabihin, hindi ko magbibigay. Wala ho tayong maaabot kagaya ng walang kamatayang example ng walis tingting. Na kailangang nakabigkis ang makatinding para may walis. Kailangan sama-sama tayo sa layunin ng Panginoon para maabot natin ang mundo. Moses needed help. Even if he were Moses, even if he was Moses. Hello? Alam niyo ba na si Moses kahit matagal ng patay hanggang ngayon dinudiyos ng maraming Hudyo? He was a strong man. He was an ideal leader. He was a talented man. But were it not for Jethro, Moses died at an early age. Salamat may nagpayong niya na ginamit ng Panginoon kasi muntik na siyang mamatay ng maaga. Buloy mo, pagkain na lang. Pag nakita niyo sa time of Kings, pati yung mga pagkain, pinag-aawayan. Nung panahon ni Solomon, yung anak, pinag-aawayan. Kay Moses, gano'n, nakapila na ha. Kaya sinabi niya, this leader needs help. Moses, choose ye able men that will help you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I preach this message today? I need your help. Your leader needs your help. Our church needs men that will be burden bearers. Hindi burden na. Pero naniniwala ako na members kahit sometimes may mga burden, may mga problema, hindi mo kayo tuloy ng problema. Kasi mo, pag wala na akong problema sa church, wala na akong trabaho. Ano pa ang trabaho mo kung wala, maayos na. Sabi ng pastor ko yan, Brad, dami mong tatandaan, hanggang may pasaway, may trabaho ka pa. Kasi kung wala ng pasaway at lahat mabait na, wala ka ng trabaho sa mundo. We are called to oversee God's people. Ladies and gentlemen, the leaders need help. Amen. The leaders need burden bearers. Now, the question would be, for your personal question for yourself, would be, what can I do to help? I want to help our church. I want to be a blessing. I don't want my pastor to die early. I don't want the leaders to die early. I don't want the choir leader to die early. I don't want Brother Joel to die early. I don't want the Sunday school department leaders to die early. I want to become a help. Amen. The leaders need help. How to be a help? Number one, Jethro said, choose ye able men. Are you with me? Yes. Able men. So first thing, you have to be able. Pastor, how to be able? In the Bible, people were given abilities. Tama mo ba? You just have to know it. Some are good in carpentry. May mga galing sa... Some are good in music. Are you with me? Some are good in fighting. They are good soldiers. May mga asintado. May mga kaluwete, mga asintado yan. Some are good in fighting. Some are good in music. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find in every book of the Bible men that are talented. Men that are blessed with ability. Pastor, wala ako niyan. Hindi totoo yan. Members, are you with me? Walang member, walang Kristiyano na walang kakayanan. Mamaya si Brother Berks, nakita ko kumakasal na nagkakasakasan na siya ng mga gagamitin niya kasi siyang marunong magkabit. Marunong siyang gumawa sa mga carpentry. Thank God kung ilaw natin yan. Hindi ko kayang gawin yan. Tagal ko rin ng problema dyan. Kasi ang mahal ng bayan. Sino magkakabit ng mga ilaw? May ilaw pa. Wala namang magkakabit. Hindi mo pwede gawin display. Ang pangit. Kailangan may kabit na maayos. Si Brother Perks, buti marunong. Yun, ibig sabihin, may abilidad siya. Kung hindi ba, gusto ko maging tulong, kahit yung marunong yan, susubukan natin. Baka sumabog. Magkasunog tayo dito. You see, may certain ability ka na magagamit ng Diyos. Amen. Na pra-practice ang abilidad. Hello? Naprapractice yan, yung mga dating sintonado, unti-unti nagpa-practice, nagiging maayos kumanta. Pwede ka na sumali sa choir. Diba? Yung iba, hindi naman na-practice, talagang inborn. Yung pinanganak pa lang, parang sinay siya. Kapapanganak pa lang kumakanta na. Nasa tono na yung boses. Yung iba, 40 years old na, wala pa rin sa tono. Diba? Pero yung iba talagang nasa tono, kapapanganak pa lang. So, merong mga nahawa. Hello, are you with me? Pero itong tiyak, walang mawawala dito, bawat isa binigyan ng gift ng Panginoon. The Bible tells us when He ascended up on high, led captivity captives, and gave gifts unto men. God, through the Holy Spirit, has given you a gift. Sa mga tumanggap sa Panginoon, listen to me, you have a gift. You just have to find. Huwag mong hulaan. Pastor, ang gift ko talaga singing. Pero alam mo naman na lahat pumipikit. Pag gumagano na, pag ikaw na kumakanta, baka iba yung gift mo. Gumising ka sa katotohanan. Ha? Alamin mo talaga, baka iba. Baka magaling ka sa ushering. Kailangan natin ng usher. Diba? Yung mga magpapaupo, magsasabi. Baka iba, magaling sa preaching. Talagang tinawag pala para mangarap. Listen, there is nobody who has no ability for the Lord's work. God has equipped everyone an ability, a gift to be used for His glory. Binigyan tayo. Yung iba, 3 pa nga, 4 pa ang gifts. Nais lang ng Diyos na magamit. Kaya sabi ko kay Brother Head kagabi, Head, maniwala ka sa akin. Hindi pwedeng hindi kaya ng choir. Kasi nirigaluhan ng Diyos yan ng mga boses. Kailangan lang na mag-i-stir ng kimli lang. Kailangan na may magsasabi sa kanila, ang practice hindi dapat 11. Kailangan mas maaga. Kailangan itong gawin natin. Kailangan ito. They need a leader. Hello, are you with me? We are all gifted. We just need to be led. Are you with me? Our gifts must be stirred. Kailangan lang pala yung medyo nasi-shake tayo. Ay, ito pala, kailangan pala, magagamit pala. Yung iba, madidiscover pa lang natin. Wala na ho yung dancing. Basta kung gift ko, dancing, baka pwede po sa'yo mo dyan. Oo, iba na ho yun. Mag-isa ka na lang sa bahay, magtatalon. Pero baka maybe your gift is singing, or maybe your gift is speaking. You can speak and people are listening to you. Nakikita ko when I'm watching the vlog of Brother Michael, and it's good. Nakakuha yung attention ko. Baka tamaming mag-preach. You know your talent, you know your gift, and then let it be used for the glory of God. Able men. Now listen, to be able men is just a part. Ability is just a part of being able. Do you believe that? Hello? Because a part of being able is availability. Hello? No matter how good we are in anything, if we don't want to be used by the Lord, it's nonsense. Are you with me? Pastor, I want to be a help. God, I want to be a help in the ministry. Be available! Give your time to God, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more. Higit pa sa pag-i-exhort, gawin mo ang lahat ng paraan para magtulapunta tayo sa church. Ang pastor nyo laging mangungulit sa inyo. Sasabihan kayo because ang sabi ng Bible is so much the more. Higit pa sa magsabi, punta ka sa church. Yung iba dyan lahat na talagang magugulat ka, inaaraw-araw ka na. Diyan magaling si Sister Flor. Mga soul winner ng Laguna, talagang babalikan na di ba? Paano? Ganyan ang gawin ng SWAT dapat. Huwag kayong titigil. Lagi yung sinasabi sa kanila, huwag nyo nang sabihin, pwede bang mag-preach? Hindi! Mag-pre-preach ako. Kasi sasabihin lang, ay hindi. Kung nasa bus ka na, sir, kaya ako nandito para mag-preach. Para patayin ka na kagad. Sige. Hello, are you with me? And so much the more! Let us be available for God! Kulang tayo ng magiging available. Thank God si Brother Leo, marunong pala mag-drive. Ano sabihin ni Brother Leo, sorry, busy ako. Hindi ko kaya. Alam ka naman, driving ko yung 2 kotse sa isang panahon. Paano ko gagawin yan? Pero thank God, drive ko yung isa, dala-dala ko yung mga taga-Venezuela. Sabi ko, Brother Reo, kaya mo naman pumunta ng bagong silang? Yes, Pastor. O, ikaw mag-drive dun sa isa. Dalawa kami ngayon. Nakita niyo, natulungan ako. Kasi pag master ko yun, mapunta pa ako sa Guinness Book of World Records. Driving 2 cars at the same time. But thank the Lord, somebody was available. Are you with me? So, think of anything that you can do for the Lord. Be available. Not just that. You should have a servant's heart. You should have a servant's heart. Mark chapter 10. Mark chapter 10. Mark chapter 10. Mark chapter 10. I'll give you the background of the story before sana makapaisimulan sa atin. Si John at saka si James, lumapit yung nanay kay Lord. Sabi, Lord, di ba pagtaas na namin, maraming mga upuan dyan. Lord, yung dalawang anak ko, tabi mo ah. Ganun mo nakipag-deal kay Lord sa upuan sa langit. Taas ng faith. She believes in the throne of heaven. And she was asking God, including the two, James and John, trying to tell the Lord, Lord, can we sit beside you in the throne? When you sit up on your throne, when you sit down on your throne in heaven, can we sit beside you? But God said, listen, He knows the heart. Alam niyo yung puso, hanggang sa lahat, everybody was angry because of that. Nagugulahan sila. Galit sila. They hate the request of the two, not because it was wrong, but because they wanted it to. Hindi sila galit dahil gusto nila sila din. Are you with me? Nagpapaunahan sino mas mataas, sino mas makakakuha. The Lord cleared everything and said, verse 42, but Jesus called them to Him and saith unto them, ye know that they which are accounted to rule over the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and their great ones exercise authority upon them. But so shall it not be among you. Hindi pataasan ng ministry, sabi niya. Hindi pa boss. Ako, pinakamagaling, mas magaling sa'yo. The Lord explained, but so shall it not be among you, but whosoever will be great among you shall be your minister. Ladies and gentlemen, leadership is servanthood. Hello, are you with me? To be a great leader is to be a great servant. You need to work hard if you're a leader. You need to serve the people to be a leader. I always tell our leaders here, we are servants of the people for Christ's sake. For the Lord's sake. Kayo naman din naman, huwag naman din itrato silang mga katulong. Servants sila ng Panginoon. Are you with me? Hindi ito, gusto ko, itong gulawin mo ito. No. We are servants of the Lord. Pero kami naman, huwag naman kami magtratong mataas. Leader kami dito, ha? Hindi, servants kami. Are you with me? Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord corrected them. And they said, for even the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give His life a ransom for many. You want to be a help? Have a servant's heart. Ang ganda ba na? Give me, Lord, a servant's heart. Touch my life. Here's my life. Take every part. Alala, when I was a little boy, I was singing, you make me a servant, humble and meek. That's what God wants us to be. Servants. People who are willing to do the hardest job possible. Naalala ko yung kwento ng Panginoon. Sabi niya, nakakita na mo ba kayo ng servant? Sabi ng Panginoon, na pag-uwi niya ng bahay, sasabihin ng amo sa kanya, oh servant, kumain ka na ba? O makikita niyo yung servant ang nagtatanong sa pagkain ng amo. Are you with me? So yun dapat ang puso natin. We are servants of the King. Hindi kung anong makukuha natin, kung ano ang magagawa natin. Are you with me? I tell you, if all churches will be filled with servants, we can really turn the world upside down. You know why these so-called mega churches cannot do anything? Because they are filled with bosses. Puno sila ng mga boss. Puno ng mga tao, hindi mo pwedeng i-review. Puno ng mga tao, hindi mo pwedeng pakialaman ng kasalanan. Puno ng mga tao, hindi mo pwedeng sabihan ng mali. Dapat ang church ng Panginoon, may mga tao na handang ma-review, may mga tao handang maglingkod, may mga tao handang kayang isipin na kung anong magagawa nila sa gawain.
Amen.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Let us be filled with servants, ladies and gentlemen. We are servants of the Lord Jesus Christ. Our God even was a servant. He served until His death. He obeyed unto the death of the cross. Kaya sa naman, bigla ako nakakakita na wala ko sinabihin ng ganito. Pero hindi ko na maisip na bibili pa ako nito. Si Pastor mag-aanap pa. Dapat kung may makikita ako. So, sa dami na yung isip ko, hindi na ako makaisip. Kaya nung nakita ko sa picture, sabi ko, parang, napapansan ako ng 20, nakakita ko na. May wifi na tayo. Pastor, padala na ako pang wifi para hindi napatalon-talon yung signal natin. Kasi wala akong globe dito eh. Blessing, may nagpapagamit ng globe. Kaso wala yung globe, medyo mahina yung signal dito. Meron na tayo ngayon smart. Sabi ko nga, huwag lang kayong makikunik, mauubos. Pero meron na, may live na tayo. Hi, world! We are live! Hello! You see, the world needs servant leaders! Pati sa bahay, maging servant leader tayo sa trabaho, maging servant leader tayo sa church, maging servants tayo. Let us serve the Lord. Find a way to work for God. Amen? Woo! The servant will always be working. The servant will always give his best. The servant will be humble. Nakakita naman pa kayo ng servant na makatapos niya maganda. Inagda ko yan, ha? Nakita mo naman, kung hindi dahil sa akin mo, so wala yan. Hindi ka a servant. That's not a servant. A servant with all the accomplishment will always say, as what the Lord says, I just did, I only did what I have to do. Narinig niya sa Pangulong Duterte, di ba? Kaya hindi siya tumatanggap ng award, ginawa ko lang ang trabaho ko. Nakalagay sa Bible yun. Hindi ko sinasabi na siya ang example natin na the Bible is our example. But thank God, may mga ganun leaders. Hindi, kung hindi na yan sa akin yan, tuloy pag hindi nakamaya, tingnan mo ito si Pastor, hindi mo lang nakaka-appreciate. Tingnan mo ito, hindi naman nila nakikita ang effort ko. It's different when you have a servant. Kasi ang servant, kahit purin, kahit ano mangyari, he will still serve. Members, let us be found servants of the Lord. Amen? Hello? Servants, not just servant-hearted. Kanina, able men has ability. Able men have abilities. Able men are available. Able men are servant-hearted. And able men are burden-bearers. Verse 22. Hanggang dito na lang ang ating preaching ngayon. Kasi itutuloy natin mamaya. Exodus chapter 18 verse 22. Are you there? Ano sabi ng Bible? Ready, read. Sige ha, basahin natin sabay-sabay. Ready, go. And let them judge. Ready, read. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear. Hello, church. You want to be helped? Don't go away when problems come. Let's bear the burden together. Amen? Minsan, may upa tayo, mabigat. Kahit wala kang may tulong, okay lang yan. Hindi naman laging meron tayo. Just let's stay. Let's serve the Lord together. I hope you still remember when wala pang kisam ngayon, tapos pumapatak yung tubig dyan, may bathtub ako nag-worship tayo. We were together. Amen? Hanggang ngayon, hindi naman maganda pa to. We were together. Let us work together. Amen? Let us reach souls together. Let us see new faces together. Let us see the miracles of God together. Let us bear the burden with each other. Magtulungan tayo sa mga bigat. Kasi tao lang tayo na bibigatan. Really? Let us help one another. Amen? The leaders need your help. Be able. How to be able? Know your abilities. Know your gifts. You have one. Don't you ever think you do not have. Gusto kong tagdagan. Practice ka ng konti. Pagkain dating God be the glory. pag nag-practice ka, to God be the glory. Nadagdagan na. You're not singing before, but now you're singing. Know your abilities and make it be used for the Lord's work. Be available. Be available, please. Lord, my time is not my time, it is your time. Amen? Hindi show time, ha? Number 3, have a servant's heart. Number 4, be a burden bearer. I want to be able, I want to help. Amen? May po tayo lahat. Tatlo pa yung mamaya. We still have 3 points to be studied. What to do to be a help. The leaders need your help.